Hello, good day. How are you today? I have a beautiful story inspired by the Japanese literature that I would like to share to the world. I would like to share my insights of this story written by Haruki Murakami with the title The Boy Named Crow. But before we begin, I am holding here, inspired by the Japanese writers and artists. These are mangas or Japanese comic books. If you are someone who are fond of if you love watching animated films or videos or animated characters or animated movies like horror inspired by the Japanese characters or Japanese people, and if you are an artist, you might also love to hold this physical book. So, mas maganda na mahawakan mo yung physical manga book. So, there are beautiful graphics inside. So, mahilig ka mag-drawing, then you might be interested to see it for yourself. Okay, by the beginning of the fourth quarter in our 21st century literature, we started diving more into literary pieces coming from representative texts and authors from our neighboring countries like China, Japan, Korea, Singapore, even going to Europe, Africa, Middle East, and to Egypt. But I gave them the overview during the beginning of the fourth quarter. So I showed them the pictures, a few video clips of famous writers coming from Japan or from these Asian countries or neighboring countries. But when I go back to my learning resources, it seems to be there are too many details when it comes to Asian literature, and giving them the overview may seem overwhelming or already given them the slides for that and we're done discussing with them. So I decided that it would be much meaningful or their learning will become even more useful or fun and engaging if we go down deeper into each country's literature. So we started going back to China's historical background, like what's the history of China, the golden age in China, like the Tang Dynasty, wherein these characters became known to their country and as well as their works became known to the public as it was published in some books as well. So, and we are also learning that. And we next went to Korea's literature as well with the history of Japan. In Singapore first. So after reading the story of the Taximan story, it was actually role played by students. Some students in some schools uploaded. We got it from YouTube. So it was really cool. The experience of the taximan, the taxi driver from the story Taximan's story. It's very common nowadays. So you will find that out if you search for that Taximan story inspired by the Singapore. It's also happening here in our country. So what I want to share with you is a story coming from Haruki Murakami, the boy named. There are two important characters in the story. We have Crow and the 15-year-old. So the main character is the 15-year-old. But if you would love to watch the animated video, I have here attached a link to the animated video from the YouTube channel of someone else. So you will be able to follow along with the script or the story behind what's the story behind this Japanese literary piece. It's a boy named Crow, written by Haruki Murakami. So mas hapos, mas magiging madali para sa iyo if there is a visual graphics so you can imagine what's going on in the scene. So the boy named Crow actually has enough money. He thinks from the story, he thinks that he got enough money in his coin box or piggy bank, and he is planning to run away from home, run away from everyone familiar. So if you run away from home, he will be running away from his family's friends and even from his classmates at school. So he is going to leave everything familiar and grow up with. So by the time na mag-reach siya sa kanyang 15th birthday, he will go somewhere else. He will go to the library, live alone, and the another character, important character named Crow, in the video or in the animated description or film, Crow was actually represented by a hoodie guy wearing a hoodie jacket with no details on his face. Kumbaga, para siyang hold-upper. Simplest terminology. Crow asked this 15-year-old character natin's story, asked this boy if he got enough money to buy for his rent or for a place to stay, to buy for his food. And the boy only replied that he thinks he got enough for the time being. So, ang ginamit niyang term is time being. So, it means na for the time being, he thinks that he will live, he will be able to survive. And Crow also gave his follow-up message or to enlighten the boy that he need money all throughout to in order to survive. So if ran out of money, or what is going to do next? Kumbaga, he can't be employed at such a young age of 15-year-old. Okay, now here's my message for you. If you are a mentor, an educator, or a parent who has a child ages 15-year-old, or not only 15-year-old, it's been happening to someone during their teenage years, even us, na dumaan tayo sa pagiging teenagers. So by the time na we reach starting at 12 for female, we started to experience a lot of changes in our body, and sometimes we never know how to handle it, and we are too shy to share it, and we normally share it only with our peers who actually experience the same thing, yung mga katutubo natin. How about for male? We don't have their what we call menstruation, unlike us for girls at the age of 12. Most of the teenagers or female teenagers encountered having their menstruation at the age of 12. Although there are some cases na merong mga bata na pag edad ng 9 or 10 years old, they started to experience having their early menstruation already. But in majority, usually it starts kapag grade 6 na tayo, no? Or yes, when we are about to reach grade 6, that's the usual age, 12 years old. For the male, they experience different things. So hindi lang yung katawan nila nagbabago, pati yung character nila, and they feel that they have to go through it to manage everything alone. Now, ang ating character sa story wants to experience the world alone, na kumbaga maging tunay na lalaki. But we also need to tell them that while independence and dreams are important, they need to understand as well that education, guidance, wisdom are too important in shaping, or should I say crucial in shaping young one's future. So they don't have to go through it alone. So our character Crow told the boy to just imagine himself going through a sandstorm. Sandstorm actually is not a literal sandstorm that he is trying to mean in the story, but it actually represents life challenges. So no matter where you go, this sandstorm chases you coming from different directions. You cannot avoid it. You can't go far away from it, but you must go through it. But once you're able to surpass that particular sandstorm or challenges, rather, as a right term, you will never be the same person who walked in. So pagka lampuwas mo sa isa ka pagdilaw or challenges sa atong kabuhi, you will never be the same person again. You will always feel that. But whatever you're going through, for the challenges that you may be facing, it may always seem insurmountable from the very beginning. Even as adults experience a lot of trials, challenges in our life, it may be even 3 times or 10 times complex or complicated than what you're going through if you're a teenager watching this. So, but we never know how to handle it from the very beginning. So, no one does. No one can see the future unless you do have magic or you're a spirit. So, no one does. We only learn how to figure it out by the time that we get there. So, you too. So, for teachers and mentors, the story actually reflects that these teenagers is these teenagers are facing silent battles, and they feel like they have to go through it alone. But as teachers, we need to guide them. not to dismiss their struggles. We need to show them how to make the right decisions, the right choices by helping them see that or make them feel that their dreams are still valid without even sacrificing their future. A lot of things to do at such a young age. You don't have to go through it alone and roaming around the streets, searching for answers in the wrong places at the wrong time will not lead to success. Hard work, perseverance in making the right decisions will. Remember that our life, remember that the world in reality may seem too harsh. That's the reality. And without proper education, enough skills and wisdom, it becomes more difficult. So if you're not comfortable sharing your struggles and you are feeling like the weight of the world is upon your shoulders, is on your shoulders, you should look for your peers, someone whom you can share your stories or whom you are capable or comfortable sharing your stories about life or anything that you are going through. And most importantly, seek for your parents' advice because no one can understand you than your parents. And always utter a prayer and you can get through it. So thank you so much for watching this video and for learning with me. I hope to see you next time. Enjoy the night. Have a great day.